Hey, what's up, everybody in London? We got the day 2 recap coming at you, and these are going to go very quickly because there's only 4 matches during these, and they're all sweeps, all of them. Yeah. I jokingly tweeted this out, but I'm not kidding. Every time I look at the bracket, I just go, "How? What? How? Why?" Day 1 was insane. We got a lot of crazy upsets, some things that were expected, some things that were not. But the big thing and the big shock, if you're just joining us or don't know what's been going on and you haven't been following along, BDS is in the lower bracket, Furia is in the lower bracket, Endpoint's in the lower bracket, Team Liquid's in the lower bracket. It's been pretty crazy. Some people may expect that, some people may not, but it's been quite exciting. Also, holding my phone kind of sucks during this. I also have the hiccups, and my voice is gone because we've been yelling a lot. So we're going to start with the first match of the day, which I'm pretty sure was Furia versus Gladiators. It started at 11 a.m. Eastern. I don't know what time that is locally. I think it's like 4, something like that. I think we're 6 hours ahead. But Furia Gladiators was pretty expected. Obviously, Gladiators, we had a lot of concerns about would they be able to take a game. We saw, obviously, Detonators do so against the FaZe Squad in winter. But Gladiators in their first match did end up getting 3-0'd by G2. And then Furia ends up doing the same thing to Gladiators, unfortunately. While Gladiators was able to score 2 goals in the first game and they brought it close, it was eventually closed out by Furia. Furia offense looking high flying. The last game was literally 9-0. So just outclassed a little bit, but hopefully a lot of cool experiences for them and the ability to enjoy the rest of the event. They've still got 3 days left, so hopefully they're able to see the city and see the sights and all this other kind of stuff, as well as just kind of experience the land from like a player perspective, which is always a very fun circumstance. It's a really motivating time for these players. So that's it. We then went to, I think it was Liquid Power, I think was the next match of the day, if I remember correctly. It was Team Liquid versus Power. Chrissy actually at the watch party was like, "Yo, like, what do you think is gonna happen? Who do you think is gonna win?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Liquid 3-0." Candidly, I think Liquid's one of my favorite teams in Europe to watch. I really enjoy their playstyle, which is go go go. There's not really a defined structure to their playstyle. It's just very fast and very aggressive. And there was a lot of OCE fans actually at the watch party, which was really cool. So they were singing and chanting and had some of the like London vibes going, which was really cool. All 1-goal games actually, 2-1, 3-2, and 4-3. Power is a team that has a lot of chance for upset and surprise with Torres and his ability, and Amphis obviously when he's playing on, but I don't feel like they have that extra kick or that extra push that you see from like a team like Liquid. So unfortunately they do fall short as they get swept. And these are all sweeps, like I mentioned, so that's probably not going to be reiterated. Either way, Team Liquid doing very well, showing the offense. They go up against G2 next, because for G2's sake, they got reverse swept by K-Corp. Again, nothing makes sense. After that was, I think, Pioneers and BDS. Yeah, Optic and Endpoint was very last. And there's some footage, actually. I'm trying to do a vlog for all this as well. It hasn't been... Vlogging's hard. I get caught up in the moment and then realize like, oh, I should take out my camera and share this moment. So I do have footage of Righteous J, one of the content creators for KCP, losing his mind. But KCP also 3-0 sweeps BDS. BDS has gone 0-2 and is officially out of competition. And I don't know how to think that literally anyone predicted this to happen, but unbelievable opportunity for Pioneers, because Pioneers was dealt a pretty tough hand. They got to win at least 2 series to end up going to Worlds and knocking out a team, and the fact that there is still a chance for that is pretty unbelievable. So Pioneers, man, 3-0 BDS, 2-1, 5-1, 3-2. A very wild series. Also, Yummy, CJ, and Cole on the cast. Love that for CJ and his capability. Cool to see him get to cast a match where it's a 3-0 sweep for his home country. So that's pretty cool as a commentator. So our watch party was very, very rowdy during this because the upset was happening and it was really crazy. And ultimately, Kansas City Pioneers just played better. Like, BDS looked flat. They looked off. Whatever was going on the day before didn't seem to be fixed. They were letting in kickoff goals. People were whiffing. Like, it felt really weird. Like, ultimately Pioneers just played a more solid game. They were super stable and didn't try anything too fancy, and when they got opportunities, they put the shots away. So there was one I think that bounced and like perfectly went top right, I think, at one point. I'm just like, how are these going in? So it's crazy. I don't know what's going on with BDS. You know, you see the dominance throughout spring regionals, and then all of a sudden we get here and it's like, okay, why not? Why not double limb? Sure, send them home. And then we get to the last match, and it's Envy, now Optic Gaming, if you guys didn't see the acquisition, going up against Endpoint. And it's another sweep, and again, another European seed is going home. Because why not? Optic, to me, is a team that is being, I think, benefited from this like super defensive playstyle. A lot of teams have been playing off, which is weird because in winter, it's like we talk about, hey, rookies to watch out for. Are they going to be confident? Are they going to be playing well? How's that going to go? And lately, this rookie sensations have just been unbelievably confident. Like they come in with like veteran status in their play style, which is kind of weird. And for some reason, it feels like people are kind of retracting that. This time around, people feel off. They look flat. They don't look the potential. Like this was not the Endpoint that beat BDS, and BDS was not the BDS that went and played in the most recent regional. Something felt off, and when things are off, it feels like defensive teams have been very favored, and you see that in teams like Version 1 as well as Endpoint primarily, but for some reason Optic, who is all defense, showed pretty good offense. It was really weird. It was really weird watching these matches, but 5-2, 3-2, 2-1. Convincing win at the very beginning, and I don't know if the mental just was in shambles or what's going on, but 3-0 sweeps across the entire day. It was in favor of some pretty exciting things. You've seen now Space Station qualify, I think, for Worlds at some capacity. I don't know if it's wildcard otherwise. I forget the tweet that came out. But Space Station's qualifying. V1's chances look really good. K-Corp is obviously in a really good position, but your top teams right now are K-Corp versus Version 1 and Space Station versus Falcons. It's insane to me. That's absolutely insane to me. And then you look on the other side of things in the lower bracket. Teams remaining. FaZe Furia, Team Secret, Optic, because Team Secret is in a position because they upset a team in BDS who they also swept. And then Optic is upsetting the other side. So that is a matchup I did not prepare for and a really good opportunity. Winner goes on to play FaZe or Furia. And then on the other side, Pioneers, who needs 2 wins, has to go up against Moist because Moist also dropped to the lower bracket because V1 beat them. And then G2 and Liquid, a premier matchup. Many of us were thinking maybe like lower quarterfinals area, maybe lower semifinals. Who knows? Like, we get that tomorrow. That's what, our second match of the day? That'll be our third match of the day, probably. Yeah. So our third match of the day is G2 Liquid, which is to me like a premier matchup. This is the matchup that I'm like, holy crap, we shouldn't be getting this until like top 4, top 3 status potentially, maybe top 6. Unbelievable stuff. So this LAN has been very exciting. I don't know what's going to happen for like the fans. Like a lot of the times we were like sitting and talking, and I'm going to sit back and ramble about this for a little bit, and it's comfier. I probably should have done this whole time. Also, check out my view. Pretty nice, right? You can't even really see it because it's like reflecting, but like I got a pretty good view. But yeah, the craziness is that I don't know, and we talked about this at the party a lot. Like, I don't know where fan bases are going to go. A lot of favorites have been eliminated, especially for EU. So will those fans be coming one place or another? And I think a lot of teams are going to start rooting for Falcons. I think a lot of people see that Falcons roster and like the underdog or the minor region story and stuff, and the ability to root for a team that, although still very, very good, isn't as well represented as some of the major regions. So I think Falcons are probably going to get that nod and that extra bit of attention. So I am looking forward to seeing how that plays out. I'm looking forward to seeing how overall the fan base at the live event starts to evolve. So it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. But in the meantime, that is going to do it for me. I've been trying to, like I said, vlog during all this, as well as do the recaps and the launch parties, and we're shooting content. I'm eating fish and chips for lunch tomorrow for a content piece. We'll see how the heck that goes. But again, I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in and watch the videos and the recaps. These are just very candid, like, I can only watch the matches so much, but these results have been surprising. Let me know what's your guys' biggest surprise. What other crazy thing do you guys have that's going to happen? Because at this point, I think anything's possible. So Nolly's on his revenge tour, but we don't see them till Saturday. Like 2 days off. Who knows? That'll affect teams. So this land feels interesting. There's something special that's gonna happen. I don't know what it is, but I'm waiting for it. And this arena is gonna go nuts, and I'm so excited. So let me know what you guys got in the comments. As always, if you enjoy the content, consider hitting subscribe notifications. It helps me out greatly. Consider liking the video, leaving a comment, because that also helps the algorithm push a lot. And we'll see you in tomorrow's recap. Peace.